Hello and welcome to my channel, Making Crafts. Today I'm going to be working on starting an altered book, and this one's going to be a Christmas one, and this is the first altered book I've ever made. I've made lots of junk journals and mini albums and lots of different projects, but I've never really created an altered book, so I wanted to try it. I was inspired by Gail Agostinelli. Recently she's been working on a Christmas altered book, and so I decided I wanted to give it a try. And so what I've done is I have just found a used book at my local bookstore. And so I'm going to be doing things a bit different from her. I know that she had a book from the Dollar Tree, which is an excellent idea, but we have a local used bookstore, and this book would have ended up in the trash if they don't get sold. So I thought I might as well get this. It looked like everything was intact. The binding looked good, and it was only like 75 cents. And I love the cover. It's like a green, a deep green, but something about it I really liked, and I thought it would go good with Christmas once I start adding decorations to the cover. And then I've also printed out a bunch of digitals, and I have got digitals from several different places, and so I will link to those below when we start using those. But I doubt I will get to the digitals in this video, because today I really want to just get started on creating my pages. And so if you've been watching Gail's videos, I'm not going to make mine exactly like hers. I was just inspired by her. I may do some of the same pockets that I've seen her do, but I've seen other people do this as well, and so I'll probably go back to some of those ideas that I've seen, and hopefully maybe I can come up with some ideas of my own as well. But for today, what I want to do is I want to see how far I can get just tearing up the pages and deciding, what page is going to be pockets and what style pockets there's going to be. So to get started, I am going by what Gail had said and leaving 5 pages or so at the beginning. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's leave those at the beginning. She said that that's supposed to help the integrity of the book. And so then this would be our first page. And then we will tear these out. And so I've done some math, and hopefully it's correct, because I'm thinking this would be a good December daily. So I don't want too many pages because I want to have room to put things in it. So I figure I'm going to tear out 8 pages and leave 2. So that's how we're going to do it. So I've got my 1 page that I'm leaving, and then now I'm going to tear out 8 pages. We'll see how that goes. I've got to get started tearing them out. Let's see here. This may be harder for me than I realized. Here we go. So that's 1 and 2. I don't know why it came out together like that. Okay, now I see this book is sewn together. It's not really glued together. It's going to be a bit different. So hold on here. Let me see here. So I'm going to have to do this one just a little different. We may leave these 2 together since that's where the stitching is. And then let's hold on to this one. And let's see if we can tear out. Okay, so since this one is different, I'm going to have to, let me see how that goes. I'm going to have to tear up my pages differently. So let's see how many's in between each signature, or is each one. This one is weirdly done. Okay. So we are going to learn along together. So let's just see where the stitching is. So I'm going to have to make sure. So there is stitching there. So I'm just going to put these 2 together to help it. And then we got, let's see where this next stitching is. Maybe it was just right there. Because when I looked at it, I didn't think that it was that style book. Okay, so let's just say 1 here, and then let's start tearing out our 8 pages. So let's see, 1, 2, and guess what? If we mess up, the good news is that this was an old book. It was going to be trashed anyway, and so it's not that big a deal. Let me get my X-Acto knife and clean, oops, I thought the cap was on it, and clean up some of this before I get too far in. because it seems like the more I get there, the worse it's getting. So let's just see if we can easily or gently cut that out. It's not so bulky there. So that's 3. Start on this end since that's getting caught every time. 3. So 4. And then we got 5. 6. 7. And 8. And we're just going to see how this goes. Once I get all of it torn out, I'll see if the whole book falls apart, then I won't be decorating it. And so we shall see. And this was a gardening book or a plant book. Can't remember. Let's see what it's called. It's Beautiful at All Seasons. It was like a gardening book. And so that's the reason I got it is I wanted to make sure, that's why I didn't get a Dollar Tree book, is I wanted to make sure that mine didn't have any bad language. In case any of the pages you could see the words through it, I didn't want to have any bad language in mine. So I'm thinking this will be mine, but I'm not really sure yet, so I don't want somebody else to wind up with the book with bad words. So now we have this page, so we're going to start tearing out the rest. I think I'm going to just get it started at the top here so it doesn't bunch up so bad. So then we got 1, just start it like that, 2, 3, 'We'll cut through there, 4, 5, 5 doesn't want to come out of this one. Don't want to tear up the other pages that's in there. There we go. So that's 5. 6. 7. We'll just see if I can cut it just a little bit so it's easy to tear. 7, and then this is going to be page 8, so that'll be the last page we tear, I think, and then we'll have these two together. Okay, so I'm going to stop there for just a second. I'll make a decision here. So I have these. I forgot to decide what each one was going to be because I liked how she did that. That was a good way to keep up with it. So this one, I'm going to start out with a side loading pocket. And then this one, I'm going to just go ahead and be top loading since I didn't decide before I started tearing. Okay, so now this one, it's time to tear again, but I think I want, let's see, I kind of want that kind of pocket. So I got this like here. So then if I go, I want this type of pocket, so I'm just going to fold it down just a little ways, like this. So you'll have that. Actually, this is the first pocket, so it needs to go all the way. No, I do want it like that. And then this one's going to go all the way down. I may not have folded that correctly. think I don't know what. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that one down since I've already folded. It'll be a pocket on this side, like this. And then there'll be a pocket I'm going to do on the other side as well. So I'm just going to lay it over here and fold it about the same amount. And it's going to be a pocket like that. Okay. So then I'm going to tear these out. That's one. So I saved, my thoughts was there was always going to be 2 pages, so now there is 4. So instead of tearing out, I think this time I'll be tearing out 6 instead of 8. We'll see how that works. I am just learning. 2. 3. 4. I was afraid I'd cut into that one, but I hadn't. So 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So then that will just be onto that. Okay. So we have this one. So then I'm going to tear out 6 more, I think. And because I'm going to make a triangle pocket, let's see how that works. Then I'm going to take this page and just fold it down at a triangle. So I took 6 pages out, and then I'm just going to make a little triangular page that's going to be a pocket across this page. And then I want to do the same thing here, but what I'm going to do, so this way it's covering up the pages that we tore out, I'm going to make this one a triangle, and then the next I'm going to tear out 6 more and do the same thing, just the opposite side. I think that was 2 pages in one right there, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, which I've really torn up. I'm a little rough on these pages. Okay, so this may not be my thing. Who knows? I'm trying it, because this is something I really have been wanting to do, but you may not want to use this as a tutorial. You can just follow along to see what kind of mess I make, or you can follow along to see what I do, and maybe you'll pick up something from it. Hopefully you will. That's my hopes when I share my videos, is that it'll inspire you to create something, or help you learn how to make something. This is definitely not a tutorial, but it is a process video, so I always hope that you can learn from these as well. You may actually learn what not to do this time around. You may be like, okay, so I don't need to do that because that's what Susan did, but that doesn't matter. I hope you'll follow along. I know that this part is not going to be that exciting. I really love the decorating part, but hopefully you will hang around with me and see how this turns out. So let's see, we have us different little pockets here. And so then here, what do we have? Okay, so we have this one, and then we have this. So now this one, I think I'm just going to make, oh, let's see. I have a thought I want to try. So what if I'm going to tear out, we'll tear out 6 more pages. I know I said at first I was going to tear out 8, but since I'm using some of these pages glued on 2 other pages, I don't think I'll have enough pages if I tear out 8 every time. So we'll just try here. This is going to be 6 here. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then, what if I folded, and I may have seen this somewhere, I have no idea. Sometimes, you know, you see things and then you just don't remember that you saw them, but they come to mind. So I wonder if I folded that up. That's going to be too far up, isn't it? What if I folded like, that's about halfway, isn't it? Maybe about right there. And then folded this one down. How can we do that to make sure it's half? Maybe right, let's see here. I could measure and see where half is, I guess. And it's okay that the pages is going to be where I folded and come back, because I'm going to cover all this anyway, so you won't see all the wrinkles on this where I creased it and then had to go back and change it. And if you do, it'll just be a reminder that I was learning. So what if I did that one like that? And Gail may have done this one as well. So I'm not going to be able to remember because I've seen so many different ones. So yeah, when I cover that, that's going to be fine. So let's take a, maybe, well, no, this big paper clip would be good to hold. I've got some smaller paper clips too. So should I do, I think she did this one. I think she did do this, but I can't remember. So let's do this one, but let's tear some pages out in between it. So let's tear 6 more out, because I do need to get some of these pages out, because if I don't, this book is going to be too thick and then you're not going to be able to use it. It's going to be just too bulky. Here's number 6. So I'm just going to slice gently through number 6 so it doesn't slice the next page. That'll give it just a little bit of a tear line maybe. Well, it didn't. Okay, so that's number 6. And then, so yeah, let me clean some of that up. So it's going to get bulky, isn't it? So we're going to do this one the same way. So I can use this one as my guide to just fold back this way. And you know what? It might have been wise to just follow her tutorial and get this book folded together. But I just really wanted to do my own little thing and try something out. So, but you're welcome to follow along with me. If you want to try this, I would say watch my video all the way through to see if this book survives. And then come back and you could follow along if it did, if you want to do it all exactly the same. Okay, so we got that one. So we have these triangle ones. And then here we have that one. And I think I've grabbed too many pages there. I think it's, yeah, I did. So let's just do it like this. And then what if we do one now that's just an ordinary pocket, just a side-loading pocket. So let's do that. So let's take 6, so this way we'll take, let's take 8 pages out this time. There's getting to be a lot of papers there. I can see a lot of neutral collage in my future. Can't even get it out, but I see a lot of neutral collage in my future with this. 3, 4, 8. So what did I say? Okay, this was just going to be a side loading pocket. I'm asking you, and so you're going to have to speak up so I can hear, because I can't remember what I'm doing. After I get through counting all those pages, I totally forget what I was doing with it. I have to count the pages. And so, oh, that invoice is so cool, isn't it? Do you see that? That's really neat to have an invoice in the book. I like that. Okay, so we have a side loading pocket. let's do, trying to think what other type of pockets I wanted. And let's see, well, how's the thickness looking? Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see how many pages I have now before I keep going. I want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might glue these together. I don't know, 6, 7, 8. So let's say 7. I think I'm gonna glue some of those together. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so that's not too bad. So for this one, I think I'm gonna have just like a side pocket again, but not on both sides. So I think that's what this one's gonna be. So now I need to tear out 8 pages again. That's 1. I'm getting better at tearing these pages out. Well, I said that and then I mess up. I should not have said that. Every time you say something like that, it goes bad. I think that was 3. And then this is 4. And some bits and pieces. And then 5. 6. 7. And then 8. And I think I messed up and tore this. I did. We'll see. We can always glue something on top of it to fix it. It's not that big a deal. We are not going to stress this. This is going to be fun, and we're not going to stress it. Okay, I know what we can do. We'll just tear this one out, and we'll improvise. And so now what we'll do is it'll be, so this we'll just glue onto the back side of this one. You know what? I'll just tear this one out too. Just be couple extra pages. I've lost count now how many I've torn out. It'll be a few extra, but that's okay. It's not that big a deal. And so this will be my side loading page. And then we'll go over here, and this will be the fold down page. So let's just start here. Try 8 pages again. I'm really not concerned with having a lot of pages in this book because this is something I'm just playing around with right now. And I didn't buy a thick book because I didn't want to be overwhelmed with a lot of pages. I wanted to try a small one first. I've lost count. I did want to try a small one first so that's 160. So I've torn out, how many pages did I tear out? So if it was 7, that's about right. Okay, so what I was saying was I don't want a lot of pages anyway, because I wanted to, that's why I bought a smaller book, is because I wanted to start out small just so I could try it out and not be overwhelmed by it. I didn't want to get so overwhelmed that I didn't know what to do with it. So here, I want to go this page, and then I want to somehow, let's see, I just want to fold this down just a little bit, like this. I want it to be layered, a layered pocket now. So I want to layer it like here, and then I'll fold this one down just a little bit more. And let's see, like this. And there it's got some layers. I like that. That will be a page. Actually, I probably should have tore out some pages Probably should have tore out some pages and then did the layers. So let's tear out, I'm going to do this one, and then for the next one I'm going to tear out, let's tear out, say, 4 pages. That's 2, 3, and 4 is what we're going to do. 3 and 4. And I have really lost count, so I have no idea how many pages is going to end this book. I did the math, but then when I get to doing it, I really didn't stick with everything like I did the math for and didn't stop to figure the math, but that's okay. This is supposed to be fun, and math is not always fun, so I want to do this and have fun, so I'm not going to worry about it. So there we go. So what I was doing was I tore out some pages here. That was my thinking, so that I could glue these together and you have some of that bulk inside there torn out, so that it kind of, you know, we're getting the bulk out of the book. That's looking good. I really like how that's looking. That's going to give me plenty of room, I do believe. So I don't want to copy this on the other side. So this is just going to be a top loading pocket. So all I need to do is tear out 8 pages. That's 2. 4. 5 and 6 want to come together, so let's let them come together. There we go. That was 5 and 6. We just need 2 more. Okay, so now I have gotten this top loading pocket, and so it's been about probably 25-30 minutes since I started, so it's not taken that long. And but I stopped to calm my dogs down. They got to barking, and I answered a FaceTime call from my son. He was out in the shop and wanted to talk to me, so I'm just going to estimate it's been close to 30 minutes, maybe not that long. So it's not really taking that long, and I've already got my book, and I think that's looking good. I think I'm going to have room for things. I want to make room. You know me, if you've watched my videos, I love to add a lot of stuff to my journals. I always wind up going overboard, but I know with these, from what I've seen Gail say, you shouldn't add too much, because then, you know, you bulk it up. You don't have room to bulk it up. So what I want to do is, I may use this for December daily, and if so, I really only need 30 pages total. You know, if you had front and back, so that'd be 15 if I want to use 1 page a day. And last year, I think that's what I did with my junk journal. I used 1 page a day, maybe more, but not every day. I know most days that I was journaling, it was only 1 page for journaling, and then I did do some collage pages, so I didn't pull that journal out to see how many pages I had in all. But I really just want to play with this one and see. So far I have, if you count the pages up front, I think we were around 6 up here, 5 or 6. So let's say 5, and then you got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Why is this so hard to count on camera? Every time I get on camera and count, I can't count. So around 17. So if you doubled that, because you got front and back, that's already 34 pages. So that's already plenty for me. So I'm not going to stress how many more is left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start back here, and I'm going to count out about, I'm trying to decide, I'm thinking 3, maybe 4 pages, just so I don't destroy this book. Let me see here. Let's do 4, and then we'll start with this one, and there's going to be a lot of plain pages, so we might want to do something with this one. So this will be this one. So let's tear out 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then that will leave us that one. Then here. Okay, so yeah. So let's tear out Let me count again. Here I am, I forgot. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to keep that. Okay, so then I'm going to tear out, I think, 4 more. So I think I must have tore out some extra at the beginning, sometime or another. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to see if that's enough or not. If it's not, I may tear it more. This is 3. And let's see here. What is that connected to? Okay. And I think I'm going to have to leave that one. The way the page at the beginning and end, how it's sewn, I think those two are going to go together. So I want to do another. I like that where I met them in the middle, so I'm just going to do that where it meets in the middle. Kind of here maybe. Let's just see. I'm going to take this one down and see. That looks about right, doesn't it? So we'll have it like that. Yes, that is good. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. So then we're going to have this one that's going to do it. So we just need to tear out. We don't want to tear it too many where we don't have enough to do it. So let's see. Let's try 4 and see what happens. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. I'm going to have to leave that one. So let's just do, and I'm going to have to leave it because back here at the back in the beginning there's some sewn pages, and if I do, and like I said, I've never altered a book before, so this might be normal. I do not know, but since it's like that, I'm just going to not tear it out so that we don't hurt the integrity of the book. And then, is that going to be about right? Yeah, that is. So then, you know, that way it all stays together good and we don't destroy our book. Let me see if there's any pages loose. I want to make sure there's no pages loose from when I've done this. I'm not going to staple them together yet because what I want to do is make sure nothing is loose that's going to come loose. So this one I know is not, it's glued. Because some of those were coming out too easy. Like I said, I'm just learning, so you can follow along with me in case your book's like this. You can learn. Maybe all books are this way. You know, if you've altered books below, you can comment and let me know. Are they all this way that have, it's kind of strange how it's got it sewn. I don't see the stitching anywhere else. I know there's got to be some, but for the beginning and end, that's where I was having the issue. And so in the beginning, I just left more pages, but this time I'm not. I'm just going to try to work it out and we'll see. This one will definitely be staying with me. I will not be selling this one, so if I sell something, I worry about the integrity of it a lot, and I will not let, you know, I don't want to send something to somebody that's going to fall apart or not last. So this one, this is going to be mine. This is going to be mine, and I am going to use it and see how it holds up, and then I will know if I ever want to make this again and if I want to make them to sell ever. I know sometimes I sell my journals, so this one I'm going to keep. So let's see here. We're going to keep this page here. And how many more pages do we have? Okay, we don't have many. So what if we don't keep? What if we keep them all? What if we do, let's see here. So this one is a what? It's got that type of pocket. What if I make it, and also it's a side loading pocket. Right there. So it's going to be 3 pages together. And then this one will be another, I really like side loading pockets because you can get things in and out easily. So let's make that one a side loading pocket. So let's see how we are on pages here. And I will have to go back to my bone folder and press some of these. I think that's good. I think it gives me room to add to it. We'll see. I really don't know how to judge it since I've never done this before, but to me it looks good. Because see, the book's pretty flat now. And it's got all those paper clips in it. So when I take the paper clips out, it's going to be even flatter. So that's all I'm going to do in this video. And hopefully I didn't bore you to death with this part. And maybe you kind of follow along with me and see how this turns out. And then in the next video, I'm going to start decorating it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. And let me know below, what projects are you working on? Have you started your Christmas journals yet, or are you still working on fall items? I actually am still working on some fall items. I have several fall videos that will still be coming out. I don't know if this one will come out before or after them, but I do have some fall items that I'm working on, and I want to get started on this one. So I'm kind of doing a mixture of Christmas, fall, and I'm missing doing my birds and flowers, so I may do some projects with birds and flowers and not worry about what season it is, because that's what crafting's about, right? Not any set rules, just having fun. Okay, so I'm going to let you go now, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.